Hey everyone, welcome to week 8. Just wanted to take a few minutes to go over the agenda with you for this week so that you'll know what lessons and assignments are in store for you. Go ahead and take a look here. So of course, you know the first thing you'll have to do is take the week 8 attendance quiz, and the questions on that quiz come from the material we covered in week 7. So once you have submitted that quiz, you'll then have access to everything else here in week 8. The first thing you'll see underneath the attendance quiz is a brief review of week 7. And then we have 2 lessons for this week. Our first lesson is on body paragraphs, and our second lesson is on concluding paragraphs. So remember, we are learning, we're making that transition from writing standalone paragraphs to writing a full essay. Last week in week 7, we learned about introductory paragraphs and thesis statements. So this week we are learning about the rest of the essay, the body paragraphs and the concluding paragraph. Both lessons have a video where I'm going over the material, and then under the video you'll see a link to the PowerPoint and a handout. Again, it's just like both lessons are just like that. So video and then a PowerPoint and a handout for body paragraphs, and then video and a PowerPoint and a handout for concluding paragraphs. Again, we're preparing to write an essay. You will be writing an essay for your final exam in week 10. We are in week 8 now. So that's just right around the corner. Next week in week 9, you'll be preparing even more for that essay. You'll be completing an outline, which is a required element for the class. You have to submit that in order to gain access to the final exam in week 10. That'll get explained next week. My whole point in pointing it out right now, though, is just to make sure that you understand why it is important that you stay on track right now and really go through these lessons and understand the material in them, reaching out to me if you're not quite sure of something, because we don't have much time before you have to submit your plan for the essay and then write the essay. Okay, so please make sure you're going through the lessons. Your homework for the week, first item, it says review chapter 16. Again, that's just the chapter in the book on how to write an essay. We started it last week. We're continuing it this week. Pay most attention, though, to the material that I'm providing in the lessons in week 8. Then you have, of course, journal 8. You can watch the video located in the assignment instructions and try to have that in by Sunday night. Then you have week 8 assignment 1 sample essays. You'll be reading 3 essays and answering questions about them. It's a little bit of a different submission process because you'll be submitting 3 separate files. So 1 submission, but you're going to upload 3 files instead of just 1. I explained that in the video, though, in the instruction area for week 8 assignment 1. So make sure that you watch that video and try to have that one in by Sunday night. Then you have week 8 discussion, right? So watch the video located in this discussion prompt. Try to have your first post up by Thursday night so that everyone has plenty of time and options to choose from to make their 2 peer responses by Sunday night. Now, normally I leave the discussions open for a whole extra week so that you can post for at least 50% credit if you don't get a chance to post during the actual week. However, we are nearing the end of the term, and we need to sort of wrap up any kind of late work that's being submitted. So for week 8, that discussion, obviously, if you post anytime during week 8 from Monday to Sunday, you get full credit. It will not remain open for a full extra week, though. It will only remain open for 3 extra days. So you have until Wednesday night of week 9 to post to the week 8 discussion late for 50% credit. Because, which leads me to the last item here under the homework, this is our late work deadline week. So if you remember on the syllabus, it says that week 8 is the last week where you can submit late work. And what that means is anything from weeks 1 through 7 has to be submitted this week. I will not accept anything from weeks 1 through 7 after week 8 has completed, right? So you have until Sunday of this week to still submit anything from weeks 1 through 7. The work here in week 8 I will accept during week 9, but that is the only late work I will accept during week 9. Okay, so take a look at anything you might be missing. Think about the late work policy and how I deduct points for each week an item is late, and kind of gauge, what should my priorities be in terms of late work if I am missing anything. This also applies to the writing assignment paragraphs that are worth 40% of your overall grade, writing assignment 1 evaluation paragraph, writing assignment 2 compare contrast paragraph, any revisions that you might need to make on either of those still. Everything needs to be in by the end of week 8, so that in week 9, the only thing I have to grade are things from week 8. The only thing you have to worry about is things from week 9. And again, that is to help you prepare for that essay. I want all late work to sort of be taken care of by the end of this week. And again, if you do need to submit the week 8 things a day or 2 late, that's okay. But we really want to try to start week 9 with only week 9 to worry about, because it's an important week. Okay, so if you have questions about any of the material this week on body paragraphs or concluding paragraphs, or anything from week 7 on introductory paragraphs and thesis statements, anything about essays, reach out to me this week, early next week at the latest, to make sure that you're on track to complete that assignment next week that prepares you for the final exam essay. If you have any questions about late work, definitely reach out, since, again, everything needs to be in by the end of this week. So that's it for week 8. Reach out if you need help with anything. Otherwise, feel free to go ahead and get started.